happening right now. Early voting is underway for next week's special election in Central Falls.
Voters will get to decide whether or not they want to create a new expanded school board. 12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez goes over why that's something the city is pushing for.
Well, Kim and Kayla, the city of Central Falls is taking action to retake control of its schools after being under state intervention for the last 34 years. City officials say this new school board would be the first step towards that if approved. Polls are open for the special election in Central Falls. On the ballot, one question: should the city create a new Central Falls School Board committee? City leaders are hoping voters say yes.
It's needed to make sure that families and the people closest to what's going on in the schools have the biggest voice in the decision making about the schools here in Central Falls.
Right now, the school board is made up of 6 members who were all appointed by the state. This election would change that to expand the board to 9 members, 4 elected and 5 appointed by a community-led nominating process. 12 News reached out to the school superintendent and current school board members to see if this is something they're behind, but we have not heard back at this time.
People largely see this as common sense.
The city's chief of education, Sarah Friedman, who does not work for the school district, says this new governance model really came from the new community advisory board they created after releasing a report that found, quote, systemic failures in their schools. However, she adds that they still got input from hundreds involved with the school district.
We had a school principal, we had a high school teacher, we had local union representative, we had the state union, we had the family and community engagement team.
The Rhode Island Department of Education points out that it did create a joint search committee with the mayor and Central Falls families during the last appointment of the school board. They add it will be up to voters to decide whether to expand the school board during Tuesday's special election. If approved, city leaders say it will give the community more of a voice.
In every other community across the state, the people closest to the children have the biggest voice in what goes on in their schools, and the people here in Central Falls care deeply about their kids, and that's what they want too.
And coming up at 5:30, we take a closer look at a new commission that will come up with an action plan for the city of Central Falls to start funding its schools as they look to retake control from the state. Reporting live in studio, I'm Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.